Hello everyone and welcome. Whoa, let me get rid of the music. A little slow on the draw there again. Hey everybody and welcome. We're here, we are live, we are ready to go, and let's unpause the game and get ourselves started. Once again, we are in Kerbal Space Program. This is my hardcore mode where I'm playing on the hard difficulty with the further challenge of turning down the science an additional 25%. Or to, what did I have? 30%. Sorry. Doing multitasking and I'm not very good at it. And right now what we have here aboard, this is the Cerberus along with our Kerbal Mun Lander. And between these two vessels, we've rescued 3 Kerbals in the last stream or two. We have MP Offshore Kerman, we have To The Mun, and we have Cabot, and we have our Pilot Deluxe. And after a short stay at our brand new Mun Station, we are now on an ejection velocity on our way away from the moon and heading on back towards Kerbin. So we're going to be aiming to finish off these 3 tourist contracts as well. People that were watching last stream noted that this Mun Station contract did not end up getting satisfied, and the reason was it has all the requirements except for the fact that it's supposed to hold at least 11 Kerbals, and because these 2 vessels were built before I accepted this contract, the 5 seats that are in these 2 vessels put together did not count towards this 11, and as such, this contract didn't end up fulfilling. So one of the plans this week is going to be, or this week today, is going to be to get another Cerberus built. There's no, I actually can very much make use of a second one of these and bring it out to the moon with a fresh new crew. I also want to build a brand new lander and a better one than this one. This one can only hold 1 Kerbal. I want to build one that holds at least 2 Kerbals. We'll build those while these folks make their way back to Kerbin and dock and hopefully fill this station. And who knows, maybe even because the whole point of this station was to get all of this infrastructure put together so we can do repeated moon landings. So who knows, maybe we'll even do our first moon landing today as well. But why don't we right now just time warp this out towards the moon's SOI, and then we'll set up an alarm and we'll start building. I think that's what I want to get into first. Also, what came up in the conversation last week was going to other planets. I do have a contract to do a flyby of Eve that I picked up actually quite some time ago, but between the 2 streams I went and looked at the tech that I've unlocked, and I still only have the most basic of antennas. I am still pretty tech starved when it comes to this game, but I think again, getting the science at only a 30% of the normal rate probably has a lot to do with that. So why don't we lock this up? Nope. We are now in Kerbin's SOI. And what I'll do is I'm going to just set myself up an alarm for when we're getting close. Here, we can get rid of this. Create an alarm. Oh, this is right in the way. Kerbal Engineer, I'm going to have to turn you off. This way. There we go. This is going to be an alarm for, can I set it for periapsis? I can. Give me like, this is minutes here. Yeah, 15-minute warning. That should be fine. For periapsis, yeah, we'll add that alarm, and that will warn us to come back here in about 5 hours and 16 minutes. I just want to make sure that that does make sense with this. Also, last stream, people convinced me I was planning on crashing this lander into the surface of the moon just to get rid of it because I don't see myself having a use for it anymore. But I kind of got persuaded, some might say bullied, to bring it along with me. And in the interim, I decided I really just don't want it. I don't even think I have a free berth on Kerbin Station, which is where these folks are heading. So what I think I'll do is when I get down towards the atmosphere, we are going to be doing some aerobraking. I'm going to let this thing go and give it a nice Viking funeral that we're going to watch. But that's going to be a little later in the stream. Right now, we're going to go to the Space Center. And we'll start off with building ourselves another, or not building another Cerberus, just launching another Cerberus. Doesn't need to be built. just go straight into here. And, yeah, actually, now that I have this in front of me, why don't I... Do I have the goo stuff? This comes from X Science. Goo Mun Landed? Why does it... Okay, it's very confused. Can I turn it off and turn it on again? I definitely have science. Oh, there goes some. I have more than that. Oh, X Science doesn't see... I know what it is. Okay. I want to see... I have the only deployable equipment that I have that comes from the Breaking Ground DLC. The only one that I've unlocked, the only science equipment, is that deployable goo thing. And I want to see if I've done that on the surface of the moon. And that doesn't show up in X Science because I think it's connected to the DLC. So I'm just going to do it this way. And I should be able to see all the science that I have here. Surface deployed mystery goo. I got a teeny amount of it, which does mean I do have one there. This collects slowly over time. That might be worth my time to bring another one. Only 5.4 science left, though. What about the EVA experiment kit? I have EVA... Oh, there it is. EVA science experiment. I have done that on the moon's surface, so there's no sense bringing that along. Okay, that's all I was really going to look at. All right. Oh, yeah, I could look at the equipment itself. Couch Captain's pointing out that, can't you see that in the tracking station? The answer is, yeah, I could. I could have seen it there. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing, but looking at it in the archives there, works too. Okay, I want me another Cerberus. That's what I want. And I don't really see any reason to do any modifications to this at all. I don't know he's gonna fly this up. We'll bring the crew up in a separate vehicle. But I'm thinking, is there any cargo stuff in there? I'm gonna take our crew out in a sec. I don't think I need to bring up anything. I don't think so. I think I'm just going to launch this as is. Let's get the crew out. Boom and boom. The EVA science is not per biome. I do not believe so. I can check that again, but I'm pretty sure it just said surface of the moon. We're going to be launching more vehicles. If it turns out I should bring one, then... No, but, oh, and the other thing I want to do, this is called the Cerberus. But I already have one Cerberus, so this one's going to be, change the text here, the Cerberus II. There we go. Other than that, no differences. Oh, come on, I can't back out of here. What are you letting me do? There we go. Save and launch. I do not need struts at Mun Station, I'm pretty sure. In fact, I think I have extras up there. There was already crew there. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I do know that there's plenty of fuel there. I think I already strutted it up. I'm pretty sure I would have done it when I had... I already had some engineers there, so... Alright, so what we're doing... We're going to select Kerbin Station here, set it as a target. There's us. This is going to be just straight up, just going to dock to it. And then we'll bring up the crew in another vessel. So for those people that are new to this series, this vessel is meant to be reused. So once it's in space, it's designed to stay there, but I don't like to actually put kerbals in it. That's more of a headcanon thing for me. Just, it doesn't have any kind of real abort system or anything like that, so I always figure this thing is not safe to be launching from. It can't return safely to the surface, so I'm... Oh, no, this isn't it. Sorry, let me stop talking. What the heck? Oh my gosh. It's gonna be one of those days, folks. It's gonna be one of those days. I was about to say, I'm playing without any reverts, so it's completely reasonable. This thing cannot descend safely from the surface if something, or back to the surface. If something went wrong, those kerbals are gonna die. And it's completely reasonable for me to not want that to happen or not risk that happening. So I'll bring them up in a different vehicle. First, I got to get this one up there. Alright, and you can see from my lack of buttons here that I'm still working with very primitive probe bodies. Maybe I should, I noticed I had 90-something science, so maybe I should take a quick look at the research and development, see if there is a node I can unlock. And if I recall correctly, I think I've got this fairing attached to the gear action group. We'll find out one way or another very, very soon. One thing for sure I can tell has a lot of attitude control between the gimbling on these bobcats at the bottom and whatever reaction wheels I put in this. Well, you're very welcome there, Karina. Thanking for the content. Best just keeping it on that prograde vector. Yeah, maybe there's a probe core out there. Maybe I can finally, I think it's the Hex or the Octo. No, I think I have the Octo. It's the Hex I need to be locked to, be able to lock to prograde. That would be a sweet... Whoa! Wakey, wakey. Next stage. Full throttle. Okay, and fairing. Yep, that worked. Nose cone's kind of stuck there. Just being pushed on by air pressure, really. Pitch up a little bit. I'm noticing my time to apoapsis is going down. I don't want that to happen. Put our lights on. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, did not realize all that stuff was gonna go with lights. Notice the antennas are still there, but they seem to be okay. Let's reduce throttle here and put some energy into our periapsis. Not let our apoapsis get too big just yet. Hex is just after the Tier 2 Science Complex, which I can't remember if I've upgraded it or not. Part of one of my issues, well, I have many issues, but I'm actually playing a totally separate KSB game just on the side, just for fun. I've dropped a couple of shorts from that, but other than that, I'm not really putting much content out there, but I'm starting to get mixed up between the two games as to what have I done in this one and what have I done in the other one, and I've been spending a lot more time with the other one because this one is just what you guys see. Okay, there we go. 80 kilometers. I lose that nose cone. Let's give it a little... Do that. A little bonk back up. Ah, I missed it. Get away from me. Okay. folks. All right. No, I don't want the cone. I need the docking port free. Okay, we're not quite in an orbit yet. Our periapsis is at 35 kilometers, so I just got to get up to apoapsis, give it a little bit of a tweak, and then we'll make our way to the station. Okay, a little bit of throttle here. Good enough. All right. There's our station there, just a little bit ahead of us. Set up our rendezvous burn. Oop, a little bit too far, I think. Ooh, a 2.6, 2.7. I'm not getting very close. 2.4 kilometers? That's really the best I'm going to get? Okay. So we have a bit of an inclination. 0.3 degree inclination difference is doing that. All right, we got that burn coming up in 10 minutes. Let's reduce our thrust limiter here a little bit. Keep going to that. Turn this too so it's right side up. Because if the ship isn't right set up, it doesn't look like you're quite in control. Okay, let's do this burn. Looking at the intersect distance over there at the side. I had it at 2.4. Can I do a little better? Let's see what some taps on our... No, RCS, that's making it worse. Okay. I guess that's as good as that's going to get. Okay, 13 minutes away. Let's get there. So the whole plan here is to send another crew towards the moon while our crew that we saw at the beginning of the stream makes their way back, and two of them, they can pass each other. I was about to say they could wave to each other, but they of course aren't going to be anywhere near each other. There's my target way up there. Here. Try and just reduce this distance here. Oh, that's making it worse. That's making it really bad. Let's get ourselves a little closer before I knock off any more speed. If you let yourself get closer and just kind of watch what this retrograde vector is doing and then just go, you know, work to counter that. I can see now it needs to be more this way. I need to go down like that. Give a little bit more throttle too. No, that's still making it. I'm starting to feel this is a little bit not making sense. Okay, now it's going down. Sometimes these numbers just don't make a heck of a lot of sense. Oh, I'm noticing both these lights are green, but of course the port light, which is this one, should be red. Oh, then they both turn to red. Okay, I think, can I remove symmetry? I can. Remove symmetry from here. That one should be green. There we go. There we go. There we go. And anyone who's been catching my re-entry streams the last couple of weeks, where I've been attempting to do rendezvousing with the Gemini capsule, I do those on Thursdays, and will be attempting to do it again better. And then I realized, you know, I was getting myself into trouble both of the two streams. I did one pretty good, and then two of them I just completely did kind of a hash job and made it much more complicated than it needed to be. And I realized what I was doing afterwards watching the stream. I'm doing exactly what I'm doing right here, right now, where I just point the vessel in a certain way, give a little bit of thrust to try and get us going in the right direction. You know, kind of come over here, a little bit of throttle. And I was, I think, kind of self-conscious, maybe just from muscle memory, doing the same thing in re-entry, and it was doing nothing but getting me into trouble because their nav ball doesn't work this way. Not even close. And I shouldn't be using the attitude controls at all. I should be using the translation thrusters to steer myself in towards the target. So I'm going to try this Thursday to be a lot better, but I didn't realize how much I was just doing what I do in KSP, but trying to do it in what was meant to be a simulation of a real-life vessel, and it was really getting me into trouble. I'm trying to even remember what this station looks like. And where the docking berths are and all that kind of stuff. I think I remember putting some more docking berths on this. If I recall correctly, there are some on the side. Maybe not. I don't know. Is it just really just one on the top and one on the bottom? Because if that's the case, this is going to be problematic. Okay, let's just slow ourselves right down. Okay, let's take a look. What do we have for... It is just one on the top and one on the bottom. Oh God, I have someone here. Lemmet, all by himself. Poor Lemmet. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think with the next vessel, I'm going to bring up some docking ports. I think I'm going to need some more berths. There's only one on the top and one on the bottom, and that's it. I think I might just bring up some of those Clampetron Juniors and just stick them around the side. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Hang on, we gotta stop. Let's go to here. Pin that back to here. Set that as a target. Control from here. I got to point up or north. Wait, no, I want to come this way a bit. Just don't want to hit them. I'm trying to avoid hitting the station. Not sure if I'm doing a good job or not. There we go. Just go straight up. There we are. Okay, and then we're going to spin this sucker around. Which way? That way. That, I think. Oh, wait. I see it coming. I see the target icon on here. So I can just kind of steer that in. No docking mods. Cat doesn't like the engine noises. My cat doesn't like anything. You should see him around the vacuum cleaner. Oh, maybe because I don't have it on target? Is that why? Okay, there you go. Oh, it's like I've never done this before. I was looking for that prograde icon and then realized, oh wait, I have it on orbit for some dumb reason. There we go. Okay, so let's toggle some of this torque. So we don't want to get any kind of wobbling going on. Is there a set of reaction wheels in there? Not sure. I think I'm going to bring Lemmet to the moon. I feel bad for him being here. Yeah, there's a Octo probe core in here, so we'll toggle those. Alright. Okay, that was successful. Back to the Space Center. Let's get up some crew. And let's see, already aboard I have Lemmet. And Lemmet is a scientist. So I would like to get 2 scientists at Mun Station. Because perhaps, what is this floating out here? Some debris. You can hear a thunderstorm in the distance. Okay, do I have a science node? I got 101 science. Oh, it's 160 science here. There's the Hex probe core. Cost. I'm gonna save for it. Yeah. Okay. So not there yet. All right. Let's get up some crew. So that's not going to be with you. That is going to be with the Gemini capsule. Which is that one. I don't know what. I've been keeping these numbers up. Okay, Gemini 4, so that means I'm assuming I'm now on Gemini 5. Okay, save that. And we will put in, who do we got available to us? Oh, we got a lot of people available. Got the A team kind of jumping right in there, but let's see. We'll put, what do we got for pilots? We got Valentina, and we got Valentina. So it looks like it's Valentina. We have, as is typical with this game, I got so many engineers. Has any of them not been to the moon? Fuzzy Ones orbited the moon. Bill has not orbited the moon. Okay, that might put Bill towards the top of the list there. And a scientist. Bob has put a flag down on the moon, so we won't pick you. Roland has put a flag down on the moon, and Dr. Jekyll has just orbited the moon but not put down a flag, so we will put Dr. Jekyll. Okay, there we go. Okay, and any cargo? No, and I think that's good. Bill, for whatever reason, doesn't have a parachute. Let's give him one. Oh, maybe I should... You know what? I'll bring it up with the lander. another one of these goo things. Okay, let's just launch. This is all set to go. Yeah. Don't forget to bring up an engineer to EVA and add those Hey, thank you. That's completely what I forgot. Not the engineer, but the docking ports. Okay, I'm just going to recover this guy. That's not going to cost me anything. Shoot. Yeah, Doc, I knew I was forgetting something. There was something in my head going, you're forgetting something. I can't revert. Like, you can show you that. It doesn't have the option to, but I can just simply recover this and you get 100% of the cost back, so no harm was done there. Jeb met with an unfortunate accident, Diego. Getting a little bit too cocky with an experimental craft where I can't do reverts, and yeah, it didn't go well. Okay. So let's try that again. What's our notification here? Oh. Maybe I'm done with those surface deploy things now. Okay, just a second. If I go to the moon, that's Dres, moon. Oh, it's okay. It's transmitted some more, so maybe it is worth it to bring. I thought there was only there's a lot still there. It's transmitted so far 10.8. Okay, I might bring up another one. I think I am gonna. Now I'm more confident to bring up another one, but I'll bring that up with the lander. And just to show people, the EVA experiment on the surface is not biome specific. See that? It just says moon surface. So there's no sense bringing up another one of those. Whew. Okay. Docking ports. Silly person. This thing can't even dock. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I probably should install one of those sim things. Like the crash simulator or something like that. I've never used it without using Kerbalism, but probably I should, just so that I can start experimenting a little bit, because I've been pretty conservative. Let's put it that way. How about 4 of these? Oh, I can only bring up 2. That's not necessarily true. I could always stick 2 on the side somewhere. Let's bring up 2 for now. Another vessel can bring up more if need be. Okay. Who was my crew? I'm sure I just lost them. Yeah. Valentina. Dr. Jekyll I'm happy with. Who was my... I remember I had an engineer who has not orbited the moon yet. Oh, it was Bill. I think it was Bill. Yes, Bill. And Dr. Jekyll, the scientist. Yep. Okay, launch. Okay, so we're bringing up a couple more docking ports. Oh, I know why. I got turned off Kerbal Engineer. There we go. Stations. Kerbin Station. Okay. It's going to be a night launch. Our other vessel on its way back. Oh, we got ourselves some rain. A little bit of torrential rain coming down. Okay, this time, SAS on, throttle up. Yeah, this would be a scrub for sure, but you know, all the all this atmospheric stuff is just window dressing. It doesn't affect anything. I don't know if I'd want to have to worry about all that kind of stuff. I think that would get frustrating very quick. Have to worry about wind and all that. Knocking it over. Oh, and this time, because Valentine is aboard, we can lock the prograde. So that's great. And we'll leave the thunderstorm behind. Leave that thunderstorm below us. I am not playing with any life support. This is essentially a stock game with just a bit of window dressing. So all the parts are stock. The gameplay are all stock. I just kind of made that decision very early on. To just make this basically a dressed up stock game. So I'm staying away from mods that really are being too beneficial, if you understand what I mean. Or, you know, like life support, making things too challenging. I'm sort of just, I don't know why I said, I'm just going to put it on hard mode and play a stock game, and then that's that. But I wanted it to be prettier. Just remember, if lightning strikes, set SCE to auxiliary. I'll take your word for that. I should check now that I'm doing things at night. I always put this on streaming mode. That makes things a little better. Where are we at? A little lower on the throttle. We'll be losing a stage pretty soon. I think I'm gonna get to lose this before I lose the stage. Oh, I have to lose this before the stage. The orbiter's inside. Ooh, that would have been bad. That would have been bad. So I have to do this and then do this. There we go. That would have been disastrous. I really should put the stage... I really should stage the fairing in the staging diagram, so it would be impossible for me to mess that up. Yeah, I know, that would have been... I only have one pilot. One other pilot is deluxe, and then that pilot is currently out there on their way back. I'd be back down to one pilot again. Actually, I might have three. No, I think I have three. I think there's two pilots on their way back from the moon. I think I rescued a pilot, if I remember correctly. That reminds me that that contract requires two pilots. Ah! Okay. Alright. It's alright, we can recover from that. I'm pretty sure this contract for the orbital station have two pilots on the station. Okay, so we're going to have to do some pilot shuffling. Those two Cerberus are going to have to get together, those two Cerberus crews. And we're going to have to amalgamate some people. I'm out of pilots on the ground, though. I mean, told someone saying, you know, just send the other pilot in the lander. But I don't think I have another pilot on the ground. And I'm not that comfortable with... I'd have to build a lander that I could abort it if something went wrong. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm just making my life way too complicated. But what else is new? Okay. 80 kilometers on the apoapsis. Get ourselves out of the atmosphere. Lights on. One, here, I'll let you. I said earlier in this series, here, I should give a little throttle here and actually circularize this. One thing I said earlier in this series is that I probably won't get into space planes, but in my own game, and I dropped a couple of shorts featuring it just recently, so some of you may have seen it, is I built what it's a very simple space plane. It's very small, fits under a fairing, and you launch it atop a booster. And it's actually a great option. Still landed down on the runway. And I can land it relatively consistently without too much trouble. And I'm thinking, especially if I get myself one of those crash simulators, you know, a mod for simulating that I can actually do some practicing and iterating when I build. Maybe it's not a bad idea to build myself a little space plane. But I don't have anywhere near the parts for it yet anyway, anywhere near the tech, so it's going to have to wait for now. Again, we'll be looking at our intersect distance here. I'm doing okay for cache. Just love to get a little bit more science. Okay, ready for this. At about, ooh, 359 meters, like that. Oh, I have about 337, or 137, sorry. 137 meter closest approach in about 14 minutes. We are. More throttle. Before we can dock here, we're gonna have to get Bill out and attach a docking port because we flat out do not have a berth. Ooh, I'm less than a meter. Less than a meter away from my closest approach. But coming in quick. So what I'm thinking about is docking ports just like on this big piece. Which way's north? This way? This way. Yeah. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. My attitude control is... I thought I had that turned off. My attitude control, I usually, with these actuation toggles, turn off the yaw, pitch, and the roll, but I just noticed there that it was not turned off. That's not good. Just want to turn these all off right now while I'm thinking about it. Still drifting there a little bit. That's really weird, because I'm sure I would have turned those off in the This is like the 5th time I've launched this thing. I'm sure I would have turned it off in the VAB, but... Just going to snuggle in really close for Bill. Okay. Out there, Bill. So, I'm wondering if he can just reach from here. Kerbals have so shockingly long arms. So we just take a docking port. I'm thinking right in between, right there. Take the snap off. It's not. I don't like that. It didn't put the snap back on. Okay, Bill, get back inside. Target that. Control from here. Back away just a little bit. Pitch forward. Now, they're not in any way lined up, even if I aimed right at the docking port. What you can do, first of all, let's get us going towards where the docking port is. Going that way. I can probably eyeball this. I was going to show a trick that I actually talked about last time, but I think I can just eyeball it. There we go. Beautiful. Brand new docking port. Okay. The other thing, I do want to toggle some torque here. I think there must be reaction wheels in here hiding somewhere. Have to be. That? Yes. Off. Okay. Shut down that engine. Bill, I'm going to get you to put on that other docking port. If you can reach it, that would be super. There. So we're going to need it when we come back. There. And I think we'll just get everybody aboard the Cerberus. Who's going to head to the moon right now. Board and... Ooh, we're going to... No, I guess I'm only going to send one scientist. So we're going to send Dr. Jekyll. That will make Dr. Jekyll a level 2 scientist if they went to the moon. And Valentina, of course, needs to go. And I guess Bill will go, and we're going to end up leaving... Who's still here? Oh, there's just the 4. Okay, Lemet will still stay here. Okay, what'd you miss? Alex is asking what I missed. We have a crew coming back from the moon. They are about 2 hours and 46 minutes away from Periapsis, and we're just kind of getting ready to send out another crew towards the moon. We got to send out at least 2 pilots and another lander is what we got to do. So I'm thinking this is okay. Let's get back to the space station, or the space center. And now we got to build a new lander. That's the next piece of all this. A brand new lander. I want it to hold 2 Kerbals. I want it to have a little more delta V than the Kegel did, because the Kegel was a little tight. I'm just going to again check. I don't have any more pilots here, do I? No, they're all engineers and scientists, so I have to make use of one of the pilots that's coming home. Where's Jeb? Killed in action. Sorry, Jeb. Okay, so we're going to build ourselves a brand new... Well... Yeah, we'll do it at night. It's okay. I was about to time warp today, but I think if I time warp today, I would probably have to jump out to the other Karayan that's on its way back. Let's see if we can get that other Kegel out. So, this is... Where is it here? Would have been Moon. I do have a code, but I forget my own code. There it is. This is the Kegel 1. And the Kegel 1, throw that away. That's the whole thing. The Kegel 1 had, there it is, 1,300, that's an Atmo, 1,571 meters per second of DV. I would like my other lander to be a little higher than that, because it does come down from polar orbit. I found a couple of times it felt a little tight. It doesn't hurt to have more. So let's go new, and let's decide what we want. Now, I only have the 1 crew. Probably my best bet is to use the P. That's the one that has 2 crew, right? It's probably my lightest 2 crewed. This is the 2 crewed one, right? Yeah, nobody's gonna go in it. And we'll use this as the basis for our lander. As far as science goes, it's going to need to have a materials bay. I'm just slapping this on for now. Not really considering where it's going just yet. And it's going to need this. There we go. And that is all my science. Yeah, it is. I should put a probe body on there, because there's a very good chance it'll go down without a pilot. Put on one of these, and we're gonna stick in a octo probe core. Probably should set in another set of reaction wheels and a whole stack of batteries. That should do her, and probably some antennas. And I might end up moving a lot of this stuff around. And I want to keep it from getting too ridiculously tall. That's always going to be the challenge with these things. How am I fixed for what fuel tanks I have? I do have this guy. I can get down up to a 1.875 meter size. And if I stick something like a Terrier under that, that's a lot of thrust. That's a lot of DV. I might be getting pretty close to what, what I'm thinking about already. Can't say I'm a huge fan. Do I have... Oh, I do not have any of those engine plates. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, I do have that engine plate. I'm just thinking about what's going to attach it to the next stage. Because that's a 1.25 meter engine. I think that should work. And how am I fixed for landing gear? I only have... Oh, I do have bigger landing struts now. Good, good, good. So let's get those. Some of those. And do I have... I don't have any ladders yet, do I? I have those little ladders, that's it. I might use that. Oh, I wanted to put some cargo space on this thing. Because I want to bring up some additional equipment. So... probably... these guys might be my best bet. Just two of them. Yeah, I'll put solar panels on for sure. I'm thinking I'll just wrap solar panels around this angled part. But yeah, that's definitely coming. And as far as the deployable science equipment goes, I need to have a control center. I need to have the goo thing. That's the only science experiment I have. I do have these funky lights now, but that's just for show, really. And then I gotta power them. Both of these take 2 units of power. This was a discussion on my Discord. People were asking about this. Like, it tells you how much power they require, and the power is provided by the solar panels, but the solar panels provide power based upon the engineer. If it's a non-engineer, they only provide 1, but if you can get a level 1 engineer, and I'm pretty sure I got a level... Yeah, Bill's a level 1 engineer, so we'll send him along. It will provide 2 units of power, so I only need to have 1 of these. So that's pretty good. Which of these is lighter? The goo experiment is lighter, so I'll put the solar panel on that side. There we go. So that'll be good for the equipment. And solar panels. I was just thinking of doing this. Keep it really simple. Boom. Where are we at? 1595. I wouldn't mind a smidge more delta V. Just a smidge. I could... what do I have for smallish fuel cans? Do I have that tank configurator mod? I do not. So my smallest fuel cans are the Oscars. If I put it... the baguettes are just kind of big, though. I don't want to put on... definitely don't want to put on 8 of them. Just wouldn't mind a little bit, but I see that's a little bit too much delta V. Can I sneak a couple of... if I put a couple of Oscars in here, and I'll just find a place to sneak them in. Ooh, just 1, actually. Maybe 1595 should be okay. Maybe I'm being just a wimp. Where can I sneak a single Oscar B fuel can? I could do this. And I could get even a little cheatier with it. Might feel not. Some people really hate clipping parts. I don't like clipping fuel cans into fuel cans because you kind of have fuel in 2 spots, but sometimes aesthetics just take over. You could stick it under the engine. Yeah, that's what I just did. And then I just kind of snuck it up there. That's 17. That's okay. Put some lights on here. Do I have the little spots? Oh, I have these guys now. Four-way symmetry. I think that works. That works for me. And then we'll just kind of roll them out. hanging under there. I like it. Okay. And what else? What else? What else? What else? Is the science okay? Just kind of stuck on here. I could tuck some of this stuff inside. Well. How much electricity did I put on this thing? That's probably don't need that. What if I remove this just one battery here? I'm just thinking of making just appearances just a little bit cleaner. And thermometer. Like so. And then I'm thinking like, I've not used this yet, but a little ladder bit. Just one. I think I put stuff on the other side. I did. But just one of those little ladder bits. Just so Kerbal can hang on this and then use that to collect all the... Except for the fact that I'm actually going to change the way I'm doing this antenna. If the Kerbal's here, the antenna will be right in their heads, which is just begging for it to be broken. So I might just... What if I went to the radial symmetry? That's kind of what I'm thinking about. Like this, and then kind of... Just have two antennas coming out like this. I need two antennas because of my weak-ass communication system, especially around Kerbin. Ironically, things have stronger communications with the KSC often in low orbit of the moon than they do in low orbit of Kerbin, which makes no sense, but it's kind of what I got. You have two goos also. Thank you. Yep. There's an ugly one right there. So remove that one from symmetry. Out it comes. Okay. I don't know. What do people think? 1,691 meters per second at delta V. Kerbin thrust to weight ratio of 1.15. Vacuum. I don't think I'm missing anything key. RCS and docking. Thank you. I knew there was something. There's always something. So we're going to put just one of these right on the top. And I got to sneak some RCS in here because there's none in that. I do have the little itty bitty, these guys. I can just stick these on the side. I feel comfortable with that. One there and one there. That gives us how much monopropellant? 15 units of monopropellant. That's enough. All it's got to do is dock. Tuck those in. Didn't knock much off the delta V either. Okay. Now, are there any texture changes I can make? I can play with colors a little bit. Oh, I do have the turd mod. I forgot I did that. This has the... I'm not going to get into Bob Ross mode. It's just way too much work. But I can make things at least shiny. Like you can change every single color with the turd mod. I forgot that that was aboard. I can at least make things kind of shiny. I like that one. What do people think? Oh wait, RCS still. I put the monoprop on, I put a docking port on. We're just going to use the really light ones, the little tubers. I do have RCS Build Aid installed. Oh, imagine that. Okay, so I did do something reasonable. I'm just gonna... Where am I gonna put these? I'm just gonna stick them here for now. That was just the sensible place for the RCS thrusters to go. Right about there. And then... Again, little light ones. Out there? Sure. What's the torque? You can get away with quite a lot of torque. A little further down they want to go. I can live with that. Oh, especially when it's in the dry mass situation. It's very little torque. Okay, and again, yaw, pitch, and roll comes off. I should have done it for this one too. Yep. And then I'll grab these guys. And back here again. Shiny. Slide them in. All right, I think this thing is happening. What do you think? Monoprop could go. Oh, that's a good spot for the monoprop. I like that. It's just suggested. Who has that? Couch Captain putting it on the side of the service bay rather. That makes way more sense up there. And again, we can tuck that in a little. This is actually, I'm not going to call it the Kegel. All right. The second Apollo lander was the Trepid, the Kertrepid. So this is going to be the Kertrepid. Trepid. It actually should also, using my coding system, it's MUN-Crude Lander 02, because it can, and its name is going to be the Kertrepid. There we go. And we've got to get an actual text on here. Put it on mirror symmetry, like so. Text, this is the Kertrepid. And what I like about calling it the Kertrepid is nobody can argue with me on how it's spelt. When you have a made up word, you can spell it how you like. There we go. Oh no! It shouldn't. A Couch Captain is asking, did the text mod go away? And he says he can't. It's called Conformal Decals. At least that's what I have installed, and it's definitely still out there. It should still be fine. I do have lights down here at the bottom, but I do want to have lights like navigation lights and all of that business. So we'll put them up here. This one will be, what do we got here? This is the starboard side. And we'll change the do I want that one? Oh yeah, I do want them blinking. I'll blink those and make them gray and shiny, nice, and green. And then this one I'll remove the symmetry, make it red. I am reasonably tight when it comes to, put some blinky lights back here, just on single symmetry. White, blink fast, blink on. Like a double blinky light there. Other side. And then I might... So I just feel it needs more lights. And I might just keep that shiny but dark. Like that. And that will be not blinking. It'll be red, and then on the other side here will be green. I think I'm there. I think I'm there. Okay. I can visit it in New York. For those people that want to do the tour. The spacecraft tour. Or go to the Kersnonian. Okay, we're getting ourselves out of control now. This must have a shiny mode. I'm gonna go shiny. Everything should be shiny. Okay. On... We'll keep it that way. On the light action group, we will toggle this. We will toggle these antenna. But I want to take off those illuminators that are down there at the bottom, because those are going to be toggled with the gear action group, so that they only come on when the gear get turned on. That's it. Still no crew? Yeah, crew stay out. All right. I was thinking of putting a fairing around it, and then I'm thinking I might be better off just saying the heck with it and just pushing it through. I don't have really small nose cones. Surprised I don't have small nose cones yet. Okay, I might just put a booster under it and go. That's what I'm thinking. Like, why not? Just a booster and go. So, that is just for the lander. So I got to get it into orbit. Here, okay, I do have a spreadsheet about that none of you can see, but I can see it. So, 860 to the moon, 280 for the orbit. That gets me 1140. If I build a stage, an upper stage under here with about 2100 meters per second, that's what I'm thinking. And because I'm going to stick with the 1.875 meter parts. That's a little tight, isn't it? Yeah. Let's go a little bigger on that. That's better. I think I'm just going to push it. I'll go back so I can see the chat. I'm limited with screens. I gotta get a third monitor or something. You will have too much drag at the front of the rocket to fly nicely. You think so? I'm actually, this thing has a stupid amount of drag. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put an upside down fairing over it and then close it this way. That's what I'm gonna do. But I like the way this is sitting on here, so I'm gonna stick with that. What kind of motors do we have under? Oh, I do have the Poodle now. The Poodle's a 1.25, of course, but let's see if we can make this work. Of course, the staging is all terrible. What's this stage? Oh, that's for the... Let's disable that. Okay. What did I say? About 21? Yeah, about 2100 meters per second I'd like on this stage. It's not quite there yet. Do I have much in the way of... Oh, I do have Rockomax type parts. Hang on, hang on. We might have something here. How about if I go to you and put the Poodle under it? Oh, I'm starting to like. I'm starting to like. Now this just by itself is probably not enough, but it's not by much. Starting to like it. Starting to like it. There we go. There we go with a Poodle right under here. Go to that one. Oh, beautiful. I like it. Okay, so that's good for that. Let's build a fairing. So I'm gonna get just this fairing. I'll flip her upside down. We're gonna put on the interstage nodes so I can just go up just like so. That's lovely. Then we can build a fairing Nothing like the upside down fairing. And I can use the docking port to lose this when the time comes. Edit fairing. Here we go. And we'll just come straight down. I think I have to come around a little bit there. A little bit around those landing legs. And then boom. 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 4 sides. Well, I'm so happy no Kerbals are going to fly this thing at the start because it's starting to make me a little nervous with all that. And on action group... Oh, what? Brakes. I'm just thinking of an action group I'm not going to use. With the brakes, we're going to toggle that and we're going to deploy, undock that. Boom. Boom. In fact, I'm even going to put it into the staging diagram. So those are together. There we go. Okay. Let's see. So, I need getting to the moon. Again, this 4740 all told, and that means by this point, I'm ignoring what's up here. That will get me into orbit of the moon, so I'm going to just roll this up. And do I have 2.5 meter? I do. Boom. And boom. And I think I got, look at that, skipper engines. I have mainsail engines, for goodness sakes. Oh my gosh, I got bores. I've forgotten that I can lift anything. Oh my goodness. I got some of the big boys. They're not even really the big boys, but they're like big enough. I think I'm going to need, though, I think the skipper's going to be too wimpy. It certainly is. So it's going to have to be a mainsail. And I said what I needed, and then I forgot. 4740. We'll go a little higher than that. And that's by this stage. I'm at 46, so a little bigger. Might sneak some reaction wheels in here, some additional ones. What am I looking for? This one? Is that going to be enough? You know what? I got the engine to lift it. It doesn't hurt to go a little bigger. Stop being so chintzy. That'll do her easy. Easy soars. And then we'll put... I'm a little nervous about the aerodynamics of this. Maybe I shouldn't be. Just let's not be a coward. No more being a coward. We're gonna go all orange, all the way up. Orange, 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 orange. This is orange. Oh, I don't have that. Okay. And what I got for textures on you? That looks pretty cool. How about reaction? Oh, I still... Okay. I'd love to sneak this in here somewhere. You know what? Maybe we'll try flying it without the additional reaction. Would the engine plate with 2 skippers be enough, or more at cost? Oh, that's true. I could have used the 2 skippers, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to stick with what I got. I've kind of made my choice. Turn down the thrust here a little bit. But I hear what you're saying. I'm a little concerned. I would love to I wish I had the bigger reaction wheels, but I don't know where I could stick these. I don't like sticking them between stages because they seem to get weird with the aerodynamics. I'm honestly thinking of just going with this. So we put this on, that stages, and this engine stages, but that goes after the fairing deploy. So like Yeah, fairing deployed, then that, and then that. I've learned with turd, if you do not, the turd, that's the texture mod I'm using. If you don't put this on something else, then it just comes out black. Launch clamps. Again, no kerbals aboard. What's the mission for this vessel? This is my brand new reusable Mun Lander, is what this is going to be. So its mission right now is just going to be to get itself to my space station around the moon, where it's going to dock and await its crew, and it'll be a refillable, reusable Mun Lander. That's the whole idea. And then hopefully we'll get to a point where we can really storage bay with wheels inside. I'm not sure why I'd want that. No, I think I'm good with this. I'm not convinced it'll fly, but we're gonna find out. Again, make sure no kerbals aboard, no kerbals aboard. Let's do it. Launch. Let's launch. Yeah, I'm really limited for parts, though I have much bigger engines than I thought. So that's good. Oh, we got ourselves the rainstorm still. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind the rainstorm. Okay. Oh, no, this is just going to launch. No, I don't have to dock with Kerbin. This is going to go straight to the moon. So SAS on. Throttle up. Again, this is the first time. It still came out black. Oh, got... There, look at that rain. The rain and the light from that tower. That looks really neat. Okay. Less distraction, more doing it. So, 5, 4, 3. Go. So, first time for this new vehicle. Never any guarantees with these things. Oh, I meant to put this out of here. Knocking it over. On our way to the moon. It's ominous and terrifying light all around us. Yeah, she's a little wayward. Not just tracking straight to that 90. Wow, all that lightning, man, like in a Frankenstein movie. Wow. Okay, here we go. It's a little wayward. You can see it wanting to kind of. Oh no, now it's better. Now it's better. I think it's past the point where it was a problem. Okay. Reducing throttle a bit. Funny, I feel like I'm launching backwards only because I'm used to going this way, not this way. But I only changed it because I wanted to watch the thunderstorm. Only changed my view because of that. Oh man, once you unlock like the skipper engines and the mainsail engine and those bore engines, I mean, I'm not even getting into like, you know, building all kinds of radial boosters and, you know, getting all stupid with the asparagus staging. You can just launch the craziest things. And it's so funny, like early in this game, how you spend, it's such a struggle to launch almost anything because the engines you have are crap and you have these tiny little tanks and you have this part count limit. And it's a great big pain. I'm letting my apoapsis get too close. But suddenly you get to a point where it feels like you can just launch anything. It doesn't matter anymore. Okay, where are we at? Oh, I can lose that fairing. And that was the brakes action group. There we go. I think that fairing worked all right. I don't think I put it on clamshell deploy, so that was a little disappointing. About to lose that main booster. On to... Whoa, whoa, come back. I don't know if that was me or is that a... No? Okay. I think that was me. It felt like it just suddenly, like, pitched up of its own accord. But I think it was just me and heavy fingers. Put lights on. Okay, that's 80 on the Apogee. Apowapsis. My antennas deploy. They did. Excuse me for a moment. All right. Yeah, eventually what I'd like to do is I'd love to get to the point where I've got like some sort of resource harvesting going and all that kind of stuff. Though I usually find by the time I get to the resource harvesting stage, I'm so close to finishing the tech tree anyway that, I don't know. I find I usually get close to going, I guess I'm done and time to start a new game. Alright. But there is a lot of fuel already at the station, just waiting for this. And then I really, really, really want to start harvesting the science. Which I've been saying, I think, for about half a dozen streams now. Time to start harvesting the science. Alright, that feels good. That feels good. Lots of Delta V left, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, God, we're laughing. 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 Set that as a target. What is this? Oh, that's somebody's scrap. I have to delete those. That's one of the Kerbals that I rescued. And the first target here is just to basically aim straight at the moon. Because I'm going... This is what I'm rendezvousing with, the space station here. Oh, actually, what I should do... Yeah, we're going to have to time our launch here, aren't we? That's okay. We want to rendezvous with the station here. You can see we're coming in at a bit of an angle. I don't want to make that plane change, so the easiest thing to do, run into this a few times now because I have this station in polar orbit, is you simply hop ahead orbits, like so. Bring it back. And that angle changes, see? And then you hop ahead some more orbits. And it's just because the moon's getting its chance to go around Kerbin a little bit. So your orientation is going to not be quite the same. Yeah, that ain't bad at all, is it? Trying to get this as efficient as I can. I think I got just a little bit more, maybe one more orbit. There we go. And now I don't have that expensive plane change to have to make. I like that very much. Okay, but that burn now is not coming for another day. So that means that these guys will be back at the station before this is ready to head out. So, hey, Javier, glad you can make it. Again, a bad comm connection. Yeah, I will continue to have bad comm connections. It's because I don't have the full suite because I'm playing in hard mode of ground stations. So I have really weak-ass relays. I can show you where they are. These guys here. But there's enough of a signal that I have control of the vessel. But they are unfortunately pretty weak antennas. I got to get myself better antennas. Okay, so anyway, alarm clock, alarm clock, alarm clock. Create alarm. You can do it. There we go. For that maneuver, give me 5 minutes warning. That's cool. No, for the maneuver. 5 minutes warning. And this is the Kertrepid. Okay, add that alarm. And now I can jump to this vessel, right? No, I forgot to do that again. I always forget to do that. Okay. There's a toggle you can click. So you don't... Oh, well. Whatever. We're jumping to the vessel this way. There's a toggle you can set on the alarm so that you can jump to the vessel. And I always forget to do it. Yes, and that'll also give me a time to add a pilot. And yeah, we can make this... it's going to work. It's going to work. And one of these two... Probably... No, Taborn has to go down to finish the contract for the rescue. Or I do have these 3 rescue contracts. So Taborn has to come down. This contract's on the side. So I guess it's going to be... Deluxe is going to be my second pilot with Valentina. Okay, but in the meantime, these folks are coming back. We're going to just let go of this lander. And we're going to get some fireworks going. Now, before I do that... Now that I'm thinking about it, is there any fuel aboard this? No. Is there any RCS aboard this? There should be. I might have done it last stream. I might have already taken it all out. Where would the... Oh, I guess it's just in here. The monoprop. There we go. Monoprop here. Yeah, might as well steal everything we can. If it ain't nailed down, I'm going to be taking it. I guess that's about it. And there's no science aboard this. There should all be science here. Yep, there's stored data there. Okay, let's get down there. Here we go. So this is going to be doing some aerobraking. Again, this ship is not capable of descending safely through the atmosphere to the surface. But we're going to aerobrake, we're going to slow ourselves down, take off some speed so we can rendezvous with our station. And that's going to take a few passes. Delete, close that. How can I have no alarms left, you liar? Didn't I make an alarm? Okay, we'll do that aerobraking pass and then we'll... It says I have no alarms. I screwed that up somehow. I'm so used to the Kerbal alarm clock mod that I screw up this mod. Okay. And our periapsis is 45 kilometers, so that will be a little dip into the atmosphere, but before we do the dip, I'm just going to let this guy go. And we're going to hopefully get to see the fireworks. Getting 85 kilometers. Let's let this go. Undock. And this is going to need to go onto the retrograde vector. And we're going to need to I'm gonna actually keep the... well, no. I was gonna keep the lights on, but... oh, shoot, that didn't... oh, these are... okay. Close. I don't know what was going on there with the antenna. I needed to get everything to retract, of course. Okay, we are now going to do some aerobraking. That will slow this down, and hopefully this thing will give us a bit of a show. Following by. The physics is so weird on whatever vessel it is you aren't on. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. Like, it just doesn't seem to work the same way. Oh, I can see things. There are things happening over there. Probably solar panels. I was hoping it would be a little closer, though. Again, I can see things happening that's so far away. Well, what are you going to do? All right, we're about 10 seconds from periapsis, and then we're going to be on our way back up again. Oh, there are now more than one piece over here. Things have definitely broken. People remember on Apollo 13, the part there where Kevin Bacon's character put the little note by one of the switch saying "don't," and it was the switch to jettison the lunar module. You know, don't do that if there are people still in it. And all of a sudden I glanced over here and said, "Still got 4 people, right? Okay, good." All right. Well, hopefully these things won't come out of the atmosphere. I probably will have some debris around, but I suppose that's okay. Alright. Now, I do have installed ta-da, the Trajectories mod, which is great. I'm going to use it now to plan my next... I'm going to say show trajectory. You put your descent profile. For this is simple. It's just all retrograde. You can get rid of the little window. And for those that don't know, what it does is it predicts... let's get rid of all the distracting information. It predicts what your next trajectory is going to be. So you can see... let's wait till we're out of the atmosphere. There we go. And so now this is our current orbit. Remember, we came from the moon. And on our next pass through, this is going to be our resulting orbit. And so you can predict how things are going to go. So for this, I'm just going to ride this around. But what I want to do is reset up. I'm annoyed I didn't get that one alarm, so I'm going to... I bet you it's a ship. Yeah, this. Go back to that just temporarily. I don't know why that alarm... maybe I just closed the window rather than hit, you know, set alarm. Okay, so we got this burn coming up in 3 hours. I don't want to miss that. So, alarm clock. Create an alarm. For the maneuver. 5 minutes warning. Okay, and add alarm. That wasn't so hard. Why didn't you do that before? I don't know. This is also a lander. I should rename this as a lander. Switchback. Switchback, and as per usual, not quite getting as much done as I hoped. But oh my gosh, are the pieces finally feeling like they're starting to come together. Okay, so we're back to periapsis at 3 hours and 18 minutes. And I got this burn at 3 hours and 11 minutes. Ooh, Nelly. And both of those are, be honest, this is more critical. I can deal with doing this burn on the subsequent orbit. So let's see how close this ends up becoming. These guys are obviously going through, and I want to be with it as it does all the stupid physics and stuff, but I could miss this burn and just do it on the next orbit, and might have to make the tiniest of plane changes, but that's not a big deal. So if this alarm goes off when this is really close to hitting the atmosphere, let's see. I got me a feeling I'm gonna have to let this one go by. Yep. I'm just gonna close it, keep the alarm there. So remember I set this to be 5 minutes. The maneuver's in 5 minutes, but in 6 minutes and 45 seconds, these guys are gonna be in the very center of their burn. I think that's a little bit too tight to actually perform the turn and come back, or the burn and come back. So we're going to do this aerobraking one, and then we're going to reset up that maneuver. Not going to be a biggie. Boom, and boom, and... You should just, like, light should toggle everything. There's something... Oh, there they go. Now they went down. Oh, something weird with the toggling with the antennas and the doors and stuff. Yeah, there's the idea of putting a Kerbal in the lander, but what I think I'll do instead is dock this with the station. The lander will go out on its way. I'll just have to keep... I was thinking of sending 2 scientists, but instead I'm just going to send 2 pilots. This thing only holds 4 Kerbals. So this is maximum crew capacity you see here. Of course, it's Firefly providing these re-entry effects. Very, very cool. They're definitely colorful. Do a little bit of time warp and get this done quick. Okay, and again, quick look at trajectories says that the next go around will still be plenty safe, so we'll just leave it the way it is. Open that up, antennas out, set an alarm. Lots of alarms. Try and do it right this time. So create an alarm. Shoot, Kerbal engineers right in the way. That second HUD. This is going to be a alarm for when we get to periapsis. This is the Cerberus. Actually, now it's the Cerberus I. Now I'm thinking about it because I got a second one, don't I? Periapsis, give me 10 minutes warning. So I want to be well out of the atmosphere when this happens. And there should be... I always thought... Oh, active... No. I always thought there was a toggle here for making sure you can just jump to the vessel, but it doesn't... I don't know. Just add it. Okay, and then we'll jump. Switch to that vessel. Now, I'm pretty sure we're going to be past our burn here, but that's okay. Yeah, burn was 5 minutes ago, but that's okay. Well, all we have to do, go here, put it on maneuver, push the go ahead 1 orbit button. Now it's in 26 minutes. And where's our other alarm? That alarm is in an hour. Okay, good. And then I just want to quickly glance at the moon. We might probably have to retweak this a little. We do. That's okay. Tweak that a bit. And if we show where the station is, you can see now I got a little bit of a plane change I got to do, but that's okay. Yeah, I think I keep going back and forth to put the alarm clock mod in there. It is better. It does the same as this, but more, and it's better and easier to use. Okay. SAS on. Alrighty, and we'll just do this burn. Let's get rid of this contract window. And I'm just looking at the time of the stream. This will send this ship on its way out to the moon. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Good evening, Lucas. Good afternoon here, but I think you're catching us though sort of at the wrong time, because I'm sort of coming to the end of all this, looking at where we are in the stream and kind of where I'm at here. I'm just finishing off this burn, sending our new lander, the Kertrepid, out towards Kerbin Station in orbit of the moon. That's good for me. There we go. And of course we do have to, I better do this right now while I'm thinking about it, because this is something you definitely do not want to forget, is we got a rendezvous with the station here. So let's set that as a target. The station's going around this way, so I do have to come to the south, or else I'll be meeting the station going around in the wrong way. And I'm thinking I best do this right now, because knowing me, I will forget to do this next week. And then I'll get all of a sudden find out that my brand new spanking new lander just decided it was going to crash right into the moon. And that would not be cool. So I'm just going to set the PE. I think the station's in about a 15-kilometer orbit, something like that. I can see I need to come to the side. Now, do I do... it's just... I always experiment with what gets more effect. Is it retrograde? Or is it doing a radial jump? Radial jump did almost nothing, so it's definitely retrograde. So we'll retrograde like this. And a little bit more in the normal direction. So we're just kind of having our PE there, just kind of touching it right there. And we have a 7-degree plane difference, but honestly, that is not at all a big deal. And that burn's coming up in about 1 hour and 22 minutes. So before I forget everything, let's set the alarm for that. That alarm is no longer any necessary. Create an alarm for this maneuver. Again, 5 minutes warning. And this is, again, the Kertrepid. Okay, and I'm just going to reorient the vessel onto the normal vector so it gets some nice solar panel exposure. But I am thinking, looking at the time of the stream, that I'm thinking of drawing this one to a close. So we got this new lander on its way out to the moon. We have our crew that was coming back from the moon on its way to Kerbin Station. Then we're going to be sending a new crew out to the moon. And then, hopefully, finally, a whole wave of moon landings to try and really shore up the science that we have going. But in the meantime, I'm going to have to thank everybody in the chat. I'm going to thank everybody watching this at a later date. And of course, an extra special thank you to all of our Patreon patrons and YouTube members. Have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll see you all next Tuesday. Bye, everybody.